Hey, how you doing? Welcome to another episode of Trippy Food. I don't know, this is an installment of anything. So, we're making small jaunts out here and there, mostly to the grocery store during these times. And so, one of the grocery stores I like to visit is my 99 Ranch Market, which are pretty much all up and down the West Coast. And so, there's one thing that I happened to find at 99 Ranch Market was yellow eel. And it comes in a little cellophane packet. And it looks pretty interesting, and the only problem is that once you open that up and you take a look at the eel, you realize that it has not been cleaned. And so you've got to kind of cut that open, and you've got to take all the little guts out, and you've got to rinse that. But anyways, we have a yellow eel here, and we are going to cook that yellow eel. And I thought, well, how are we going to do this? I'm going to do it, instead of cutting it up into small pieces and everything, I thought I would do it whole. So I thought, well, what's a good way to present eel in a manner where it's whole? And so I thought to myself, well, hot pot. Now I don't have the proper equipment to do hot pot, or at least to do hot pot the right way. And so I'm going to do it on the stove, and I decided that I was going to get this, which is Little Sheep hot pot mix. And Little Sheep hot pot mix is rumored to be very, very spicy, very, very hot. So we're going to kind of run the gamut of hot, unusual with the whole eel, and then also have some vegetables as well, because one of the things people don't realize about hot pot is that you can actually do a really good hot pot with vegetables. So I have some things in here, like I have some baby zucchini, I have some heirloom cherry tomatoes, I have some bunapi mushrooms, and then I have some baby broccoli. So that's actually going to go in the hot pot as well. And so we'll have a nice mix of vegetables. We have our eel. We also have a hot pot dipping sauce. They have a spicy dipping sauce, but I thought, why do the spicy hot pot and then do the spicy sauce on top of it? So we're just going to do the plain hot sauce dip. So going to get this started, put it on the stove, some water in a pot, get it up to boiling, put the mix in there, drop the eel in there, drop the vegetables in there, and we'll have ourselves a nice hot pot. Okay, well, this came out really nice. The eel is intact. I thought maybe it was going to fall apart in the hot pot. It didn't. I didn't want to overcook it. I also didn't want to undercook it. But you can see some of the skin is falling off. You can almost see the ribs on that. So I have a feeling that as I pick it up, it might break apart. But just in case, I have some scissors and I have a knife, so I can cut pieces off of it if I want to. The vegetables I might have left in there a little bit too long. The tomatoes, it's funny, they swell up and then they pop. So they probably flavor the broth. The broth smells delicious. So I almost regret that I didn't eat a piece of the eel before I put it in the hot pot just to see what it tastes like, because I have a feeling that if it's a really spicy broth, it's going to kind of overpower the eel and won't get a lot of flavor from the eel, but we'll give it a try. And the vegetables, I'm sure, flavored it as well. So I took some of the broth. We can always dip it if we want to, but I wanted to try the broth just by itself. Again, it's flavored by the eel and it's flavored by the vegetables, but we'll kind of get an idea of what the broth is like by itself. Oh yeah, that's hot. It's not painful hot, and it's really savory, really delicious, that broth. So the cool thing when you're doing hot pot is, if you go to a place that's doing a hot pot, always ask them if you can bring the stock home, because it's good for cooking rice. It's good for adding it as a stock for different things, because it's flavored by the stuff that you cooked in it, and it has its own unique flavor on its own. So, like I said, if this is cold, we can always dip it in there, and we'll use the dipping sauce as well. So we'll start with, I'm curious as the vegetables came out, so we'll take one of the zucchinis first. And then we'll try this dip. Looks like maybe it's a bean or something. I can't tell because all the writing is in Chinese. Oh, it's nice. It's not soggy and mushy, but it's still some firmness to it. And the baby ones are absolutely delicious. And that's a nice dipping sauce too. Same with the broccoli. Here's a tomato. Now the thing about tomato is, that when you cook with tomato, like even tomato sauce, for some reason it holds that heat, so I'm a little bit nervous about this, thinking about how hot it's going to be, but we'll try it. Yeah, that's hot. Some of these mushrooms. Ooh, those are nice. Okay, let's try some eel. So we'll see if we can break a piece off. And if not, let's try these. Oh, okay, there we go. Now, it's like a nice white meat there. The cool thing about hot pot is, as you're when you have it, if it starts to cook down, like for instance, if you go to a hot pot place, as it starts to cook down and you start to lose the water in it, and they just come by and pour more water in it, kind of bring it back up again. By the time you're done though, it's amazing. So I'm kind of debating, do I pick it up and do I eat the meat off of it? Do I just put it in my mouth and work the bones? Because I know this is going to have a lot of bones in it. So I'm going to try that. That is really good. The meat is really tender. It's almost like mackerel. There doesn't seem to be a lot of rib bones in it. There's backbone. There doesn't seem to be a lot of ribs in it. If there is, the bones just fall apart or something. Wow. It's really meaty. I like that. Let's have another piece. Yeah, so basically, you're just working that meat off the bone, off the backbone. Just don't eat the backbone, it's fine. Yeah, let's dip. The broth is so good, and the meat, you would think that this eel, because it is a bottom dweller, you would think that it would be like kind of musty because it eats things that live in the mud. But it's really tasty. That meat just falls off the bone. That is really good. So, this is a really good choice. That yellow eel, it's kind of scary looking. It looks like a snake, some kind of weird worm or something. But actually, it's really, really tasty, really tender, not gamey at all. And this is a really, really good preparation. So the little sheep soup mix, not crazy spicy, but just savory, spicy enough. Really, really is. I highly recommend this. I mean, it's not going to take the place of going to a hot pot place where they bring all the meat out and you're going to do it yourself. But if you're going to do a preparation at home, this is the way to go. So, maybe a nice Saturday night or Sunday night, just plan on being home, cook this up, or kids will love it. Give it a try. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you soon. Thanks for checking out Trippy Food. If you enjoyed watching that video half as much as I did making it, well then I enjoyed it twice as much as you did. And if that's the case, you'll probably like this video right here. And if not, check out this video right here. That one's a little bit different. Either way, leave a comment down below. And be sure to subscribe by clicking on the Trippy Food icon right here. Glad you could make it, and we hope to see you again soon.